Also have big news.
Oh my god.
You
have a boyfriend?
He's saying that this is the end of her career. The comments ranged from "I'm unsubscribing" to "You betrayed your fans" to even worse.
Pokimane is experiencing 40% less viewership and donations hard after launching her relationship.
Now, Pokimane is one of those streamers who somehow always finds herself trending, and this time is no different. She just posted a 1-minute TikTok answering questions about her and her neighbor, and the internet instantly locked in. You might be thinking, why does this even matter? Well, before this new TikTok, she had already posted another video talking about that same neighbor and how they work out together.
For drop, I have to introduce you to a recurring character in my life. This is Chris, also known as Sunkiss, also known as my neighbor. We met at one of those everybody in the building gets together kind of parties, and then there were board games for people in the building, so we got to know each other at board game night. Chris cooks a lot, gyms a lot, and he sings. Chris, sing.
That's when people started raising eyebrows. The timing, the vibe, the body language. It all had fans talking. As expected, a lot of people, including me, started thinking that this neighbor might not just be some random guy next door. The word on the street was that this could actually be her low-key boyfriend.
Okay, me too. Also, he makes really cute sibling content. His brother and sister, who are both equal cute. Can you show them what you're cooking?
Lemon caper butter sauce.
Sure, at first it was just rumors flying around online, but then she drops another video with the same neighbor. That's when it stopped feeling random. Because let's be real, what are the chances she just keeps casually filming with this one neighbor over and over? It started to look less like coincidence and more like a soft reveal. I even made a video before saying she might be using the word neighbor as a way to test the waters, kind of a soft launch to see how people would react before going public.
And he sings a lot of songs in China/in Chinese.
Yup.
Wait, I've never heard you sing in Chinese.
Really?
Yeah.
我们今生注定是沧桑.
And let's just say, the reaction was not smooth at all. Reports started floating around that her views and donations dropped big time after she officially confirmed the relationship.
Pokimane is experiencing 40% less viewership and donations hard after launching her relationship.
We're talking thousands of fans expressing everything from heartbreak to genuine anger, many saying that this is the end of her career. The comments ranged from "I'm unsubscribing" to "You betrayed your fans" to even worse. Some fans felt personally deceived, while others accused her of leading them on.
That could explain why she kept sticking to the neighbor label, even though anyone with working eyes can see they look way closer than that. The energy between them just does not scream, just neighbors. It feels way deeper than that. When a girl laughs like that, come on, she is clearly feeling the guy.
Also have big news.
Oh my god.
You
have a boyfriend?
We don't do boyfriends.
Oh, sorry.
2026.
sorry.
Yeah. It's either like ring husband or it's like, I don't know, maybe we're talking. And maybe sometimes I don't want to talk. Anyways, so.
That type of laugh is not random. It is not polite. It is not casual. That is interest loud and clear. At this point, they are not even being subtle about it anymore. The chemistry is right there on camera, and it is kind of wild how obvious it looks. And then she keeps calling him her neighbor, even after saying he is a recurring character in her life. A recurring character. That does not sound like some random guy who just borrowed sugar once. That sounds like someone who is sticking around, someone important. That is why people are not buying the whole neighbor label. It feels like she is downplaying something that looks way more serious. I do feel for Christian a little though. If that is really her boyfriend, you would think she would proudly claim him instead of keeping him under this coded title. No guy wants to feel hidden. Sure, it might protect her brand and her income, and that part is understandable. But still, on a personal level, that has to sting at least a little bit. Just look at the way she is looking at him. That is not a casual glance. That is the kind of look that says everything without saying a word. I swear, none of my neighbors have ever looked at me like that, not even once. That is not, hey, good morning energy. That is way more personal. And let's be real, the only people still believing this is just some friendly neighbor situation are the hardcore tier 3 Pokimane subs who refuse to see what is right in front of them. They are riding for the storyline, no matter what. And it is not like this was the only TikTok she filmed with him either. There are multiple clips, multiple moments. At some point, you have to connect the dots. I am being honest, the only time I see people doing that specific TikTok trend together is when they are dating. Boyfriend and girlfriend vibes all over it. No two random neighbors wake up one day and say, yo, let's film a cute couple trend for fun. That just does not happen. And this also makes you think about something else. Remember a few weeks back when Pokimane allegedly bought herself a ring? That detail hits a little different now.
Bought an engagement ring for myself. Okay, but you guys told me to. In the comments my last video, you guys kept talking about a ring. A lot of you were saying, girl, just go get one for yourself. So that's what I did. A ring at Bulgari that I just fell in love with. It felt like way too much to get for myself, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I hope someday I actually get engaged. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self.
I remember when that whole ring situation went down. The internet was clowning her heavy, and a lot of people thought it was deserved at the time.
So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self? So, this is me proposing to myself. Will I be with me for the rest of my life? Well, yes, I've no choice, but yes.
But what if the story is not that simple? What if there is way more going on behind the scenes? What if Chris was actually the one who bought her that ring and the relationship is way deeper than people think? Because let's be honest, buying yourself a ring like that and making it a moment feels random. Most people are not just out here casually gifting themselves symbolic jewelry for no reason. That is why this theory starts to make sense. If she said she bought it herself to avoid fans getting upset or feeling some type of way, that changes everything.
Female streamers are facing the same parasocial expectations. And let's be real here, this disproportionately affects women. Male streamers date publicly all the time without the same backlash. And the question that everyone's asking now is, should female content creators have to hide their personal lives to maintain their careers?
Suddenly it is not weird, it is strategic.
I posted a gym video with my neighbor.
I saw that. Was it actually your neighbor?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We met at you know those building get-together on parties, and then we got to know each other at board game nights for like people in the building essentially, or like friends on the same floor, sort of thing.
If that was a cover to protect her brand and keep the backlash low, then that is actually a smart move.
Anyways, I'm laughing because I posted that, and I don't know, you know how Twitter is. I actually don't see how Twitter is because I don't really like to be on Twitter, but I see how my fans are like, why are people on Twitter being weird? And then people on Twitter were like, imagine having to hide your partner because your community is gonna freak out. And then my whole community is like, oh my God, cute video. You know, I'm like, it just feels like entirely different worlds.
We on Twitter's just very bad, but
Instead of risking drama, she flips the narrative before it even starts. And when you listen closely to what she says on that podcast, it starts to connect in a different way.
even if she had a public relationship, and speaking from experience, you
Who
still
has
get
a
shit
pub-
on.
Yeah.
If you hide it because you want to keep your private life private, you still get shit on. No matter what you do,
You gonna get shit
you gonna
on.
get shit on, bro.
Okay, two-part. One, I've always been like a more private person, but more so in the sense where it's like, people just don't need to hear every detail ever. One. Two, if you come from a North African or Middle Eastern family, you know every single one of your aunties is looking at everything like this. So like I would never publicize a thing anyways, because in our culture, like,
Now really think about what she said for a second. She goes, "We don't do boyfriends in 2026. We only do ring husbands." That is a bold statement.
you don't really talk about relationships till you're married anyways.
If a single person says something like that, it can come off arrogant or unrealistic. But what if she is not single at all? What if she already has something serious locked in behind the scenes? Then that line stops sounding random and starts sounding like a low-key flex. Because let's be real, nobody just casually says we don't do boyfriends at 30 unless they are thinking long-term. That is not something you say if you are just dating around for fun. That sounds like someone who is either already leveled up or is about to. So when she says that, it feels less like a joke and more like a hint. Maybe she already moved past the boyfriend stage, and that is why she talks like that. Now you might be wondering, why would she go this far to keep it quiet? Why hide a serious relationship if everything is solid? The answer might be simple. The internet. Look at the kind of headlines that popped up before. Titles dragging her name, claiming she upset fans just over rumors. And that was not even a confirmed reveal, just speculation. The backlash was loud. So imagine if it was not just a boyfriend rumor, but an actual husband. The reaction could be even bigger. From a business angle, staying quiet might feel safer. But on a personal level, if you were the husband and the world did not even know you existed, that probably would sting a little. Keeping love private is one thing, but feeling hidden is another. I am not going to lie, if he is really her man, that probably hits his ego a little. And at the same time, a lot of people feel like she helped create this whole situation. Over time, she built a fan base that feels super invested in her personal life, and now it is like they expect a say in it. That kind of pressure does not just appear out of nowhere. And it is not just random viewers saying this. Venom even commented on it, basically saying she lost a big chunk of her sim audience when the boyfriend rumors started. Then, when she pushes the I'm single narrative again, people think she is trying to win those followers back. That is the claim floating around. Whether that is fully true or not, you can see why people connect those dots. So now when she keeps repeating, he's just my neighbor, it feels like she is doubling down. The rumors spark up, and instead of clearing it in a direct way, she leans harder into that label. But the way they interact, the way she looks at him, the way she laughs at his jokes, that does not look strictly platonic. There is clearly some kind of chemistry there. Some tweets even go overboard with wild assumptions, and that is where things get messy. At the end of the day, none of us actually know the full truth. But based on what is shown publicly, people are reading the body language and coming to their own conclusions. And from what viewers can see on camera, there definitely seems to be some level of attraction there. I am not going to lie, if he really is her guy, that probably hits his ego a little. And at the same time, a lot of people feel like she helped create this whole situation. Over the years, she built a fan base that feels deeply invested in her personal life, and now it is almost like they expect to vote in it. That kind of pressure does not just show up overnight, it grows over time, and it is not just random viewers talking. Venom even pointed out that she allegedly lost a big percentage of her sim audience when the boyfriend rumors started. Then when she leans back into the I'm single narrative, critics say she is trying to win that crowd back. That is the conversation online right now. Whether that is fully true or not, you can see why people are putting the pieces together the way they are. So when she keeps repeating, he's just my neighbor, it feels like she is doubling down. Rumors pop up, and instead of giving a clear yes or no, she sticks to that same label. But the body language, the eye contact, the way she laughs at his jokes, that does not look cold or distant. There is some kind of spark there, and viewers are picking up on it fast. Now, at the end of the day, none of us truly know what is going on behind closed doors. We are all just reacting to what is shown online. Maybe it is strategy, maybe it is privacy, maybe it is both. But one thing is clear, the internet is watching every move. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends, and drop a comment telling me what you think is really going on. I want to hear your take on this.